All right, y'all. So the word that I want to break down today is propitiation. Jesus. In the Bible, propitiation refers to the act of appeasing God's wrath or turning away his anger through a sacrifice or offering. It's a concept of offering something to God to satisfy his justice and righteousness, particularly in response to sin. The New Testament reveals Jesus Christ as the ultimate propitiation, providing the sacrifice that sacrifices God's wrath and makes reconciliation possible. So the breakdown. The Old Testament background. The Old Testament foreshadows the concept of propitiation through sacrifices offered to God, particularly in the Day of Atonement rituals. These sacrifices were symbolic acts of atonement where the sins of people were symbolically placed on the sacrificial animal. New Testament fulfillment. The New Testament reveals Jesus Christ as the ultimate propitiation. Romans 3 and 5 and 1 John 2 and 2 specifically states that Jesus is the propitiation of our sins. This means that through his atoning sacrifice on the cross, Jesus appeased God's wrath and satisfied the demons of divine justice, making it possible for humanity to be reconciled to God. I want to turn back and look, but I know if I give her attention, she's going to cry much harder. Key verse Romans 3:25 states that God presented Christ as a propitiation through faith in his blood. This verse highlights that it is through faith in Jesus' atoning sacrifice that individuals can experience the benefits of propitiation. Propitiation and expiation, while often used together, propitiation and expiation are distinct concepts. Expiation refers to the removal of sin and its consequences, while propitiation focuses on appeasing God's wrath. In the case of Jesus, he accomplished both. He expiated our sins through his sacrifice, and he also propitiated God's wrath. The significance. Propitiation is a crucial concept in understanding the nature of God's love, justice, and the means of salvation. It demonstrates that God, in his love, provided a way for humanity to be reconciled with him despite their sinfulness. All right, I gotta go.